What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, Le Secret de la Mode. And today we're doing something a bit different. But hey, we all friends here, right? So stick around and find out how having no friends turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the notification button for more videos on sustainable fashion. And who knows, maybe it might just be the best thing that ever happened to you too. So let's delve into the video. First of all, let's hit the rewind button back during my glory days at my college years. In the morning, I was a math and physics student, and in the afternoon, I was someone completely different. My life was really crazy, right? It was like a complex equation balancing academic and my social calendars, right? And that was like OD off the chart. Honestly, every Friday night was like a ritual. So essentially by the end of the week was the start of an epic night out with the boys. And I remember we would hit every hottest spot on campus, and if there was nothing going on, we would hit somebody's party or bar. And you gotta understand, we was doing this every Friday, so it was crazy. As for my love life, it was as busy as my social life. I was not just acing my math and physics courses, I was also exploring the social dynamic of college, if you know what I mean. Girls were all part of the scene, and I was all in, enjoying the freedom and the fun that came with those college years. But of course, the fun had to stop. Out of nowhere, COVID hit a pause button on my life, and it got crazy. And I'll tell you guys, it was like watching a domino effect, and my life was one of those dominoes. My final semester at college transformed overnight. The insane campus life, the lecture halls, they were all replaced with boring Zoom calls. The energy, the buzz of student life, the going to hang out with your friend during club hours, they were all gone in a blink of an eye, and it just got worse from here. Oh yeah, and since I've always wanted to work on Wall Street, as for my application, one by one, each was met with a rejection. It was like watching a carefully laid plan crumble. So whenever I receive an email saying, "We regret to inform you," it was like a personal blow. So my dream of breaking into Wall Street and being part of that dynamic financial world was suddenly stolen from me. So essentially everything I had planned out and everything I have worked toward came crashing down. And I feel like a lot of you guys out here can relate to this, because it was not just a career setback. It felt more like my entire life trajectory was thrown off course. And for me, I would have to say the pandemic was not just a global health crisis, it was more like a personal life crisis. So there I am at this major crossroad in my life. The pandemic had just turned everything upside down. I was angry, I was frustrated, obviously, at how things had turned out. And I remember my sister seeing me grappling with this tidal wave of disappointment. And she kind of threw a lifeline at me, and she said, "Why not leave New York and start fresh in LA?" And it's crazy because she can sense the annoyance in my voice, the need for a change, and she was just like, come to LA. It's a different world out there. Maybe it's exactly what you need. And you know what? She was right. I needed an escape. I needed a new chapter at this point. So, packing up my life wasn't just about moving my belonging. It was about moving away from a dream no longer seems attainable. And to top it all off, during my final chaotic semester, I caught COVID. It's as if the universe is saying, "Hey, think you had enough? Well, here's a little more." Anyway, I landed in LA with a suitcase full of clothes. My sister welcomed me with open arms, and her kid with curious eyes, and their home essentially became my sanctuary. But of course, I didn't want to burden them for too long. I realized that this was not just a physical move, this was more of a mental and emotional reset. By then, I had one mission: to essentially create a new path for myself, to find a way to turn the setback into something new, something exciting, Let's not forget, we're in LA, so let's try to make the best of it. Adjusting to a life in LA, I got a job as a host in downtown. It was far from the dynamic world of Wall Street I had envisioned, but at the end of the day, it was a start. It had its moment. I got to meet a few people, had a few small talk from here and here, but it was just that, a job. And of course, there was the other side of my new LA life, the indoor life. The COVID shutdown had essentially transformed me, and not into something I've ever expected. Me, who could never stay put in one place, had found myself becoming a homebody. My world shrank from lively parties into the four walls of my living room. Netflix had essentially become my companion, binge watching series after series. It was like I was living vicariously through fictional characters while my own life has seemed to be on pause. I had essentially became lazy, a complete contrast to my once always active, on the go-to college self. The pandemic, the move, the job rejection all contribute to this new version of me. I was less active, more introspective, and honestly, a bit lost. The crazy social party loving guy was replaced with someone who now found comfort in a 5-day TV show schedule. It was a strange feeling, this new normal. The busy street of LA was out there, but I was in here in my comfort zone, and yet uncomfortably aware that I was in a rut. The pandemic did not just lock down the city, it also had essentially locked down a part of me. The day I moved into my new apartment marked the beginning of a new chapter, surrounded by boxes and endless possibilities. For the first time in a long time, I had no social obligation, no parties to attend, and no friends to meet up with. And surprisingly, I kinda like it. In my newfound quiet, I discovered something very valuable: freedom. Freedom to do what I want and when I want. Back during my party days, my schedule revolved around where the crowd was going. Sure, it was fun, but often I was just going along with the group's plan. But now it's all about me and my choices. I started exploring with interests and hobbies I never had time for. Reading books that was gathering dust, experimenting with cooking. I even started drawing again. It felt liberating no longer having to fit into someone else's agenda. I was no longer fitting into a mold. I was creating my own. And you know what? This could be you too. If you're watching this and you feel like you're missing out because you don't have any crazy social life, think again. Accepting isolation can be very beneficial sometimes. It puts you in a position where the only person you ever have to think about is yourself. This moment of my life taught me the importance of self-focus. When you strip away the noise, the crowd, the need to conform to group dynamic, you are left with the essence of who you truly are. It's in this moment of solitude you can really grow, discover your passion, and understand what brings you genuine happiness. So, if you're someone out there who's feeling alone, friendless, remember, it's not a setback, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to explore, grow, and truly understand what makes you, well, you. And trust me, it's a journey worth taking. So guys, here I am in this solo journey, and guess what? It's been nothing short of gratitude. I've not only learned how to enjoy my own company, but also dive into new hobbies. And the most unexpected one, starting this YouTube channel right here. Essentially guys, I decided to pour all my energies into something meaningful, something that resonates with my values. And that's where the idea of starting a YouTube channel focused on sustainable fashion came up. It's all about promoting eco-friendly choices and spreading a positive message. But of course guys, it's not all about the content. This channel has been a journey of personal growth too. I've always had the fear of public speaking. The idea of standing in front of an audience or a virtual one have always been frightening to me. But here I am facing my fear in my living room, talking to you guys in front of a camera and connecting with many people all around the world. Starting this channel was a leap into the unknown. The thought of putting myself out there, being vulnerable in front of a camera, it never crossed my mind. But life in LA, the whole experience of starting from scratch, taught me the importance of stepping out of my comfort zone. It's challenging, yes, but it's extremely rewarding. Learning how to be comfortable in an uncomfortable situation, that's where the real growth happened. So every new video I post is a step towards overcoming my fear, a step towards becoming a more confident and more resilient version of myself. So, to anyone feeling friendless, it's not a curse, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to grow, to discover, and to just be you. And who knows, maybe just like me, you might find yourself doing something completely unexpected and loving it. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and push the notification bell, and even share it with your friend. And remember guys, it's all about being yourself and doing whatever makes you happy. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.